folks, got a Ford E150 cargo van here. Customer complaint is can't go out through the back doors. So no matter which way I think that's lock. And it's gonna be unlock. So yeah, definitely got a problem here. Let's see what's wrong with it. This is usually cable controlled to the lock. I don't know if there's a lock on top or lock on the bottom, but it's cable controlled. Either the lock is no good, the cable's no good, something fell off, something broke off, or maybe there's a clip that holds the cables on. All right, but the side door's open. I think the side door's open. There you go. All right, so let's check it out. All right, so I got the door open from the inside handle. Okay, then I found this inside the door. This is one of the cables. Over here, I noticed this is broken. Then this side, there used to be something over here. Probably mounted, because this outside housing got to be mounted somewhere solid, and then the cable moves up and down. Same thing with here. Okay, this has to be mounted solid in order for the cable to move in and out. But if this is broken, then it's going to move. Now it's hard to see in there, so I'm going to take this license plate cover off because it's in here somewhere. There's no way you can get in there. All right, so let's take this off. This is a 2000 van, hopefully 25 years. Nothing's going to stop snapping off like crazy, but it is what it is. And this one doesn't work either. But they said they weren't worried about this one as much. So this one must have a lock up on top also. All right, so a quick peek in there. You can see there's cables in there. All right, so, all right, we'll get one done first. And then we'll fart around with this one if they want to go any further. All right, let's take this off. All right, from whatever I can decipher from in here, it looks to me like the door latch, which is over here, off to the side, is attached to a cable which is supposed to come down and hit the handle. And then there's a second cable that attaches to the inside release handle. And I see that cable's broken. But you really can't stick your head in there and peek. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove pretty much the whole mechanism and put it on the ground and see how it works. All right, but this is the handle on the other side by the license plate. This is what the cable would look like. Okay, see this little piece that's broken off? This normally would snap in here and be held in there, and then this inside cable is the ball that gets pulled back and forth. So this is broken, that's why this party fell off. Or unless this was the side that was on, there's the ball and it's missing the piece altogether, so that's why this fell off. All right, so the cable is no good. This handle mechanism looks good even though it's rusty, and this looks the same on the interior lock also. So I'm going to take that off along with the whole inside handle. I'll probably leave this intact, power door actuator, and I'm going to put it on the ground and see how it works. All right, and see what parts we need. Oh, it's a windy day. All right, so the latch has 3 27mm Torx and 2 10mm nuts. All right, and then we'll see how it comes out. All right, the 10mm nuts just takes this little pull handle out. Interesting. All right, so there's a screw that holds the mechanism in, Phillips screw. So let's do that. All right, so the Phillips screw is going to come out. I'm going to let the mechanism fall or spring out. It's still attached to some kind of a cable. All right. So now it's dangling back there. There it is. All right. I'm going to take the lock off here and we'll see what happens now. Look at this crazy contraption I had to make up so I don't strip out that screw. Insane, right? Thank goodness for snap-on tools. They put a little hex nut in there so you can put something in it. Because I hate to strip out that screw. Especially since the actuator is plastic. You break something in there, you're done. You need another actuator. Alright, let's move on. Alright, so after taking the screw off for the actuator, everything just falls out. Okay, including the lock knob that goes up. So when I take this out, there's a lock knob right there. Comes out with the rods. Okay. You can see something was changed here before because this connector looks like it's a fiqure connector. Alright, so I'm going to work on it right here. I put a little table here. So let's see what I got here. Let's see what I'm working on. This is the latch. This is the cable going to the inside door handle. And then I got to get the outside door handle to put it over here. And this goes on top. This is for the lock button. Alright, lock button, actuator, cable from the lock to the inside door handle. Now I need the cable from here to the outside door handle. Alright, let's go figure that out. Put like a puzzle together here for me. Dogs are barking. Waffles, Mika and Peter. They're my partners. Okay, I think I got this just about figured out. Alright. This is the latch. This is the cable that goes to the inside door handle. You see the cable is busted. Okay, this is the latch that goes over here for the inside handle. So when I change that cable, the other cable, which comes through the top. Okay, this is half U over here. This will go through here, latch onto there, and then it goes onto a little tiny slot inside, right there. Okay, it's going to slide in there like a little. The ball is going to go past this point, go in there, lock in here, then come back up or down or whatever, and it's going to go to the handle. The handle is going to be over here. Same thing. Okay, the ball is going to go in here, and the cable is going to lock in there. But like I said, this is the broken piece. So the new one will be snapped in, ball there. This thing will be snapped in. Okay, snapped in this way with the ball underneath that little slot. Okay, the little slot in there. It's going to go in there. That's what holds that one, because the ball holds this one for this cable. So this one and the other one is actually almost the same arm. Alright, so when I attach it here, leave that piece off. Leave that for last. And then we'll assemble this all, put it all back together. Alright, so when we put it back together, I'm going to have a free cable hanging out just for the license plate handle. Alright, let's mock it up. I'm going to go to the store and get some parts. Alright, so AutoZone sells the Dorman brand. 924351 is called a cargo door release cable. Don't know the difference. There's, when I looked at the part number, there was 351 CD, then 351, and then it said 350. You know, left door, rear door. Then I guess the left door has a really long cable. Right, we'll look at that later. But basically, this is the short cable that will replace this baby here. Okay, and this is the cable that replaced the one that's broken. All right, so has a new end there and has a new end over here, and it's the way it's shaped. I guess this is the one that was on top of the latch because it makes the turn. All right, so yeah, Dorman makes this. They might not have it in stock. They might have to order from the hub, but it comes in. All right, let's get moving. Let's change this one here. Okay, looks pretty simple. Latches the ball here and locks on there. That's what it looks like. There's the ball. There's the latch. All right, see if we can do this. All right, let's do this. You guys ever changed cables like this before? found this in various cars and stuff like that. All right, let's see here. Take this, wrap this around this ball, hook it around here, through here, this way, and this is going to snap in here. There you go. Push it in and lock it. Okay. See? That's what it looks like. Just make sure you guys can see it on the camera. Alright? Just like that. Maybe I'll work this way. This one. Same thing. I see it goes in between these, so I'm going to do the same thing. So, under and over. I want to get past this ball. Oh, there you go. Take this, hook it through here, across, through there, this way. Oh, I'm gonna put it under here, over, like the way it was originally done. And this one is going to snap into this bracket. There you go. And this is the way this operation is going to work. Okay? When you pull that release handle here, it releases this handle here. See that? Pretty cool, right? Alright. Now to work on the other one, which is going to come from the top. So you can flip this over. It doesn't show which one goes where, but I'm going to assume this one with the padding is probably goes to the latch because it's got to come down towards the handle like this. That's my assumption. All right, so same thing. This is where it clips onto, but we got to figure out how to get to the ball. And it goes right in there. That's the part I got to clip onto. Maybe if I go through sideways like this. Sideways. Okay, not bad. Went through it sideways, and there's that latch. See that? So I'm going to click this housing onto this bracket here. Ah, snap. There you go. And there's that operation. So you can feel, I can feel with my finger here. See that? There's the operation there. Alright, so this is going to turn around like this and go down towards the latch, the outside handle, and that's going to pull on that latch. Alright, so from what I can see here, it's all assembled and it's good to go. So it's reassembling time. Gonna fish that in there, get the 3 bolts for the latch, 2 bolts for the inside handle. This is already plugged in already, and guide the door lock knob through the hole on top. Alright, so let's go do that. Should be fun. See if I can get it in there. Alright, so far so good. Gotta use the 2 hands. Put the unit in there. Lining up the top knob first. Left hand, you can see I hurt my hand over here a little bit. Hold up the latch. Put in the 3 screws to hold the latch. Okay. Once you come back around this way, you find the cable that goes to the handle. I pulled it down. I poked it right in there for now. Then this here is the inside latch handle. Alright, so this is the inside door handle. There's the 2 holes there. The round holes over there will line up with the studs. And the one in the center is going to hold the screw. There you go. Gonna put the nuts on there. Put the screw on here that holds the actuator. It's plastic, so be careful. You don't want to break that. So hopefully it'll hold. All right. I'm gonna tighten those things up, and the only thing left would be the cable with the license plate. All right. Tighten up the 27 Torx, 10 millimeter nuts on this side, and the sheet metal screw that holds that handle in over here. All right, let's do that. All right, so we secured the door lock actuator with the Phillips screw. The Phillips screw holds the inside door handle. This is the handle. Just remember, when you turn this handle, it has that little arm over there, okay, that's supposed to lift this arm here. So when you put this on, make sure that the arm is underneath it, okay? Because if it's not underneath it, it's gonna be out here like this. It should be spring loaded and like this. So you're gonna go underneath it, like that, and it should have a little tension on it when you put it in. Okay, there you go. Here's a little spring tension. So you know that the arm is underneath the other mechanism. Tighten up our 10 millimeters. Then we're gonna tighten up our 27 Torx. Let's do that. All right, so we're gonna manually test our work now before we put the outside handle back in. So I'm gonna pretend we close the door. This is gonna latch it. Okay, now it's closed, because if this was the latch, it wouldn't open. I'm gonna pull on the inside handle and it opens. See it? Perfect. Do it again. Perfect. Okay, we know that works. Now I'm gonna lock it again, and now I'm gonna pretend I'm the outside handle. Find the cable. Here it is over here. I'm gonna pull on this piece here and I'll watch the latch. There you go. Okay, do it again. Dun, dun, dun. Locked. I'm pulling this cable, which is attached to the outside handle. There you go. All right, that's it. We're pretty much done here. Now we're just going to put the outside handle together, secure that, and bolt all the panels back together. We should be good. So let's do that. And if you guys are interested, I forgot to do this when I took it out. When you take this lock rod out, you can do one of two things. You can either squeeze these little tiny arms that look like that, looks like a W, in and take the rod out, or otherwise you could just wiggle this around and walk it around this Z looking thing. All right, so that's what I did here, like that, like that. Then it'll come around. It'll configure it. That'll be up and down. See if I can do it here. Dun, dun, dun. Hang on, I gotta figure it out now. Okay, it goes this way. So it's gotta go this way. So I'm gonna go this way with it. This way, up, around. And then this way. Like that. Ta-da! Okay? That's the way it works there. So I'm going to hook up this cable from here. Same thing. The ball in here. This piece is going to snap in here. See it? Come on. Oh, this is tough. Not like the other ones. That's for sure. Ouch. It's going to be a tough one. Whoa. All right, I'm going to need something to push that in. The freaking license plate screws are screwing in me right now. That's what's messing me up right now. Look at that. Nice mark. All right. Let's push it in with a screwdriver. Wow, I'm pretty surprised how hard this thing is. So, needle nose pliers. Pushed it together. locked right in. All right, so that's that. I'm gonna bolt this back together. I'm gonna check the operation on it as it's assembled. All right, folks, and just like that, we are done. After the 4 screws, put it together, check the operation, we're good to go. All right, we'll work on the left door, even though he told me not to look at it, but at least we know how it works. We'll take a peek at it. All right, if I change anything on the left door, I'll make another video. That's it. Thanks for watching, people. Ciao. Hi, Peter. FYI, if you're interested in the left door, okay, for some reason this car, this handle was riveted on. So yeah, so that should be fun taking this handle off. But anyway, yeah, when you pull on, it doesn't work. There's a latch on the bottom, cable goes to it, then there's a long cable goes to the top. There's a latch on there. All right, so when you go inside, this is the top cable, that's the bottom cable. Now the bottom cable, if you pull on the handle, I can see the top one's moving, the dead one's, the bottom one is dead. So if you pull on it, you're able to open it. At the same time, you gotta pull this handle. Let me show you. So you pull the outside handle and you pull that cable and the door opens. Okay, once it opens, just want to show you the same problem with the other door. Okay, look closely over here. You're going to see that the cable is broken. So I'll move that cable for you. See that? That thing is broken. And up here, it's broken the same way. Okay? Can you see it in there? Right here. This part is broken. So this cable is broken. And there's a little tiny clip over here. A little latch clip that slides. In case you have that clip broken, I'm going to show you what part that part is. Alright? Dorman sells that part too. So there's none of that special clip on the passenger door, but the driver's door does have that little clip. And this cable runs from the latch, from the handle to the bottom latch. And then this one is from the handle, goes up through this post to the latch up on top. Okay, that's what it looks like. So yeah, if you want to change that one, I would disconnect the cable from here, pull that latch along with the cable all the way up and out, replace the cable, and then fish the cable back down. That'd be the best way to do it. All right, let me show you that part that I was talking about. Just that little clip. Dorman makes it. Okay, 75475 is the part number. That's the little clip that slides back and forth over here that holds this cable. That's why it says, you know, it says door latch cable clips. Didn't make sense because the passenger door didn't have any clips, but I noticed this one does. So that depends on what you want to do, right? This is about $22 for a clip. Looks like you only need one though, over here. All right, that's it. Tell the customer if they want to do anything, but basically they just want to do the right door. And we're good to go. Thanks again. Ciao.